Okay, shout out to the Decoding with Cody channel. I know he was all over this. As I was scrolling YouTube, he's in my algorithm. I saw that he made a post or he had a video on it already. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. I wouldn't have actually looked at the story at all, but it popped up on the trending news, top trending on the Associated Press, and they're the ones I like to use to do these decodes. So, Duchess of Kent, known for devotion to music and consoling Wimbledon losers, tennis, right? She dies at age 92. I mean, really, not really didn't know who she is. She's born Catherine Lucy Mary Worsley or Worsley. I mean, however you want to pronounce that. Was a member of the British royal family, married to Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, a grandson of King George V. I guess her husband was like a cousin to Queen Elizabeth II. It gets confusing when you're talking about the royal family sometimes. Catherine converted to Catholicism in 1994, becoming the first member of the royal family to convert publicly since the passing of the Act of Settlement 1701. She also became synonymous with Wimbledon, as I mentioned. Remember Wimbledon's got Dawn as well, with all the Donald Trump connections lately. So, they bring that up right here, and it's even in the title with this death. Here's the husband right here, Prince Edward, Duke of Kent. There he is right there. So, she's connected with tennis. She presented the ladies' single trophy for more than 3 decades. She was associated with the world of music and performed as a member of several choirs. In her later years, she became a music teacher at a primary school and founded the charity Future Talent to nurture young musical talent in low income families. I mean, it sounds good, but there's probably some sketchiness to that as well. Every time they show like celebrities, political figures, and they're involved with some kind of young ones out there. To me, that's just kind of sketchy, right? So, Catherine, Duchess of Kent, RIP. She was 92, so I'm not even seeing where they say anything about how she died. Lately, it's just been like, oh, battling illness. I mean, I guess we're just assuming old age, supposedly. Okay. Um, so, and it says here on Google, yeah, member of the British royal family, Catherine, Duchess of Kent, again was married to Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, a grandson of King George V. Right? And I like to go ahead and just ask Google, like, what is Kent? I mean, what is Kent, United Kingdom? It's on the fly. Non metropolitan county. I guess, a county in southeastern England. I'm just guessing that that's what that's referring to. Really not 100% sure on that. But what I would like to do is at least attempt to play a video on this story. So I go ahead and refresh. And let's see if we have any luck playing this video. You see the article there, Associated Press.
Catherine, the Duchess of Kent, has died. She was 92 years old.
They don't let me turn up the
Buckingham
volume
Palace
anymore.
confirmed the news early Friday, noting the Duchess passed away peacefully on Thursday, surrounded by family, with King Charles and Queen Camilla paying tribute to her lifelong devotion to charity, her passion for music, and her empathy for young people. They are not yet releasing a cause of death.
With the unveiled face of the newly married bride, the young Duchess walks on the arm of her husband past her new relations.
Yorkshire-born Catherine Worsley married into the British royal family in 1961 as the bride of Queen Elizabeth's cousin Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent. He's now 89 and known as the oldest working royal. One of the Duchess's final appearances was for his birthday last year. She actually stepped back from working royal life nearly 30 years ago, trading in official duties for a real-world job as a music teacher.
The first thing I began to notice teaching was the power of music as a stimulant for these children, to give them confidence and self-belief.
She broke from tradition even further in 2002, opting to stop using her Royal Highness title, and became a fixture at Wimbledon, where she
Look at Princess Diana looking like Hillary Clinton right there. When Hillary Clinton's middle name is Diane. Expect a video on that. All of these politicians they're all related. I don't care where it is. The royal family, United States, with all the presidents. It's all in the family, for real.
Wimbledon, where she presented the ladies' singles trophy for more than 3 decades.
I don't think anybody I ever had the try can quite.
All right, so that's enough of that, and I'm probably going to play a video here shortly on my phone. So she dies at age 92, and you can see right here, she dies in her 93rd year of life, or you could just say she dies before her next birthday when she would have turned 93. Catherine, Duchess of Kent equals 93, and you see it right there. And look at, come on, man. This happened with the Armani death, with the language. Armani and Amari Cooper retires, trending at the same time. Went over all of that in those decodes. I made decodes on both of them. Check this out. So I did this on the fly earlier. Hall of Fame Canadians goaltender Ken Dryden dies. Ken, put a T at the end. You get Kent, like Catherine, Duchess of Kent. Now she dies. Come on, right? Oh, trending. Ken Flores. Cause of death revealed 7 months after comedian died at age 28. That might be another breakdown. You got to be kidding me, right? Ken. And of course it's trending 7 months after he died when this Ken dies and Catherine, Duchess of Kent dies. So look at these 3 deaths and look how they're connected with the language. Who is this guy? He's a comedian. Give me a break. That is not a coincidence. Okay, I've heard of this guy. Maybe heard of that guy when he died, possibly, but not really familiar. Definitely haven't heard of this one. You don't have to know the characters. Once you learn this stuff, it's a piece of cake. All right? And you get better when you start to know what each word equals in the code and the language, right? But check that out. It's not a coincidence. And even this guy that died at 28, that's a whole. We have other 28s that have been landing lately. So that may be a separate breakdown there. Ken Flores here. But can you believe it? If you can't, just, hear me out and I'll just show you this is some facts that they give us with these characters. So, Duchess of Kent, Catherine, was a member of the British royal family. She was married to Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, a grandson of King George V. You see that right there? So here we get our king queen connections because she died on Queen Bey, right? The Bey Hive, Queen Bee, Beyonce's birthday. So you get a king queen connection. Obviously, it's undeniable. Her dying on Beyonce's birthday. Beyonce was connected with Jaden Carter, him spitting on Dak Prescott. Obviously, Beyonce's last name is Carter with the Jay-Z connection. I went over that. I'm busy over here. You can go check that decode out. So she was married to Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, a grandson of King George V, and just there's George V's wife right there. So, would be a queen or whatever, right? Mary of Tech, and how Catherine dies on Queen Bee, Beyonce's birthday, her 44th birthday. It's not a coincidence. And uh, Catherine, Duchess of Kent, married to Prince Edward, and they said, what did they say? Like he was a cousin to Queen Elizabeth II, whatever, right? With all of these family members. But this stuff is not a coincidence. And remember Wimbledon right there with tennis in the title? They say she was devoted to music as well. And obviously, Beyonce, associated with music, right? Her stage husband, Jay Z. So you see how that works right there, don't you? And you see the birthday for Beyonce right there, September 4th. And again, you see the death of Catherine, Duchess of Kent. You see that same day right there, okay? And yes, Beyonce is often called Queen Bey or Queen Bee. You see it right there? When you see Queen Bee right there, doesn't it kind of sound, it makes you think about Green Bay, doesn't it? The football team? The NFL season is just getting underway right now. So isn't that, look how everything syncs up by the language. A nickname derived from the first letter of her name, the queen bee, of a beehive, and her cultural status as a leading figure in music and culture. And again, look at that music connection with Duchess of Kent right there. Shout out to Decoding Cody as well. He's probably all over that Blood Moon trending story as well. I may possibly have to look at that. Look at these trending stories up top. Davy Johnson. Man, I may have to do that one as well. Baseball player. That's all connected to Trump as well by the numbers. But that makes me think about Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and he's popping up in my algorithm as well. So the world is fake. Look at the 9/11 memorial trending story up there. Jay-Z had the blueprint, which dropped on 9/11. And that anniversary is coming up here in a few days. So look at this fake world right here. I wonder who Green Bay's playing. Maybe, if we head over to Google, we might look at that. This is amazing because the Royal presented trophies at Wimbledon for many years and was known for consoling runners up, most notably when she embraced a tearful Jana Novotná after the Czech tennis player's defeat by Steffi Graf in 1993. Wow, that's amazing. You see the 49. But look, in 1993, remember Duchess of Kent died in her 93rd year of life. Remember that? And you can see right there again, Catherine, Duchess of Kent equals 93. So that's amazing on the fly. But notice how this runner up, Tearful, you see the photos right there. They bring it up in the article, so you know I got to look at it. Look at that right there, because that tennis player happened to die at age 49. They didn't want to tell me in the article right here. They did not want to tell me. I had to click the link on the tennis player, and it took me to this article where it says she died at age 49. You see her with the Duchess consoling her there. Can you believe that? She died at age 49, and now the Duchess of Kent died on the 4th day of the 9th month. That's a script right there. Of course, it wasn't in this AP article right here, right? They got the link down below. I'm like, I got to look at they're bringing up the character for a reason. I click on it. Bam, it's an article saying Novotna died at age 49. Come on, man. Are you serious? So this is the husband, Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, 119 in reverse reduction. Look at the tennis player, Yana Novotna. Look at her death date, 1119. You see that right there? 1119, 1119, November 19, like 119. And then his wife dies on the day leaving 118 days in the year. So one day before her death left 119 days. Come on, are you serious? And you get that 9/11 connection right there too. And again, look at up there at the top, 9/11 memorial trending. Beyonce trending, Jay-Z drops the blueprint on 9/11. This just means all of this stuff is synced up. And then the patterns hit in a cycle. So you're going to get these random stories, you're going to get these deaths all across the board. You're going to get all these trending stories. Remember with this Queen Bee Beyonce thing, remember Bumble was trending, the app. What was it like? If I remember correctly, like they laid off employees or something. This is just a vicious news cycle by the language and by the numbers. Again, that music connection, Blood Moon. There's probably a lot connected to that. So just about everything here is connected, and that 49 is wild. I don't think I looked at how that tennis player died, but again, look at the title, Duchess of Kent, known for devotion to music and consoling Wimbledon losers. So you get the music connection, you get the tennis connection with Wimbledon, you get Don, like Donald Trump in there. Remember, you got London as well. London equals 88, like Trump. And I think there's a couple other connections there with the numbers. But come on, right? Now look at this, because that tennis player, Yana Novotna, look at her birthday, 102, the 10th month and the second day, October 2nd, 102. Look at Duchess of Kent in the reverse cipher, 201. Look at it from right to left. You get that 102. Even Beyonce equals 120. It's the same numbers, just mixed up. Okay? So you see this right here. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Just look at that for a second. Of course, we get the stupid ad here. Of course, we get the dumb ad. Oh, is it just going to be music? Oh, it's just going to be music on that one. I hate when they do that.
Catherine, the Duchess of Kent, has passed away at the age of 92. Buckingham Palace releasing a statement confirming she died at her home in Kensington Palace. Born Catherine Worsley, the Duchess was married to Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, cousin to the late Queen Elizabeth II. She made headlines when she broke royal protocol to hug a runner-up.
Remember, Queen Elizabeth II died on opening day of the NFL season, if I remember correctly, a few years back. Now, look, here we go again, right? We're right around that week 1 of the NFL season, and here we go again.
At the Wimbledon Tennis Championships, and later stepped back from royal duties to teach music at a public school.
They'll probably come up with some narrative like, oh, it's payback from stepping away from royal duties. Look at her birthday, 2/22. You see that? And she dies on a 22 date numerology. This is what she was born, Catherine Lucy Mary Worsley, 137. In reverse reduction, 137 is the 33rd prime number. Beyonce equals 33. Catherine, Duchess of Kent, born in 1933. And you see her name again right there. Catherine Lucy. She's even got the K. Catherine Kent. Remember the two Kens that are trending? One that just died, and the comedian Ken Flores 7 months after his death. Now they want to let us know how. Come on, what a script. So look, even Rihanna's got that 220 birthday right there. And obviously Rihanna is connected to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Look at her 220 birthday. And again, you see 222 for Catherine. This is like a queen kind of connection, right? A lot of people look at Beyonce and Rihanna and they kind of put them in the same kind of category. You know, oh, who would you prefer Beyonce, Rihanna, or who's number 1 and 2? Oh, who's got more power? Who's the biggest witch? And all of this BS, right? So you can see Rihanna's got that 22 connection as well. Also, she's born in 88 with the whole Trump energy that's even connected to this story. Rihanna has the same birthday as Charles Barkley, NBA great. And doesn't that make you think of Charles III, King of the United Kingdom? Come on, man. Fake world. See that? The world is fake by this language that we speak. It is fake. Everything is ran on the language. You're not going to find a Charles Barkley, Charles III connection when you go look at the stories. You know what I mean? They're not going to be like, oh, Charles Barkley buys a dog. Ruff, ruff, ruff. From Charles III, King of the United Kingdom. Here's the trending story. You're not going to find that story, right? They're connected by the name. It's the language. And you see how that connects with Charles Barkley and Rihanna. You could see how Rihanna connects to Beyonce. Beyonce and Rihanna are connected. It says it right there. Primarily through Jay-Z. Remember, Jay-Z is connected to the NFL as well. Okay, Queen Elizabeth II, dying on opening day of the NFL season a few years back. Remember, Rich Homie Quan died roughly a year ago at this time as well when the NFL season was kicking off. And dude on the Eagles who spat on Dak Prescott the other day, his middle name rhymes with Big Rich Homie Quan. What the hell's his name? Rich Homie Quan, right? I think his name was Daquan, dude who spit on Dak. Anyways, Beyonce and Rihanna are connected primarily through Jay-Z. Jay-Z connected to the NFL. Now, the cycle continues. And if Queen Elizabeth II, I'm pretty sure she died on opening day of the NFL season a few years ago, Or it was within a day or two, something like that. But come on. Now look, I don't know if you caught it earlier, Duke of Kent. By the way, Rihanna, Jay-Z signed Rihanna to his label and is Beyonce's husband, obviously, creating a complex professional and personal dynamic. And I'm sure there were some other rumors and some other dramas part of the script. I don't necessarily prefer either of them, by the way. But look, I don't know if you caught this earlier, how Catherine converted to Catholicism in 1994, becoming the first member of the royal family to convert publicly since the passing of the Act of Settlement 1701. But man, 94, she died on September 4. That's the ninth month and the fourth day, 94. What are the odds of that? Look what I just caught as well. The Act of Settlement in 1701, I think she died 171 days before her birthday. Look at this right here. This is on the fly. She died 171 days before her next birthday, like 1701. Look at that right there. Man, they say she's known for music, consoling tennis players. Again, you see her husband right there. Prince Edward, Duke of... What's going on with Duke right now? Maybe Duke football, possibly. And there you see Jalen Carter. I mentioned him spitting on Dak. That was like 100% connected to Jay-Z and Beyonce. It was undeniable. Look at it was Beyonce's birthday, her 44th. He's got the 4-4 birthday. Look at his birthday, the 94th day of the year. Eagles, Cowboys, Green, NFL, and Super Bowl all equal 49. I forgot to put Cowboys in there. Rudy Giuliani, the mayor of 9/11. He had a car wreck recently. Look at the 94s. That was 94 days after his birthday. World Trade Center 94. Rudolph equals 94. Again, you see the 9/11 connection as he was mayor during 9/11. He's born on the 28th right there. And that comedian Ken Flores died at 28, and there was like 2 or 3 other 28s that have been hitting lately. But you can see how this stuff is all by the language and the numbers. Crash equals 49.
Catherine, the Duchess of Kent, has passed away at the age of 92. Buckingham Palace releasing a statement confirming she died at her home in Kensington Palace. Born Catherine Worsley, the Duchess was married to Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, cousin to the late Queen Elizabeth II. She made headlines when she broke royal protocol to hug a runner-up at the Wimbledon Tennis Championships and later stepped back from royal duties to teach music at a public school.
We'll play this one now.
Harbor Freight tools keep getting better with time. Better performance, better durability, better value.
Buckingham Palace has tonight announced the death of the oldest member of the royal family, Catherine, the Duchess of Kent. Catherine Worsley was a member of the British aristocratic class who married Prince Edward, the first cousin of Queen Elizabeth II, in 1961. The couple had 3 children.
And that's Queen Elizabeth II when we had all of these twos right here.
Together. Buckingham Palace has tonight announced the death of the oldest member of the royal family, Catherine, the Duchess of Kent. Catherine Worsley was a member of the British aristocratic class who married Prince Edward, the first cousin of Queen Elizabeth II, in 1961. The couple had 3 children together. The Duchess of Kent was an avid fan of Wimbledon, where she regularly handed out trophies. She supported a charity for homeless people and spent decades working part-time as a music teacher in a local primary school, where her students affectionately referred to her as Miss Kent. The Duchess was 92.
right? That would suck if I'm not recording. You know what I mean? Like, could you? I mean, ridiculous, right? Woo! I'm recording. I mean, that would be devastating because this is it's like magical, and all of the stuff on the fly. I mean, this is truly talented, right? But it's something that unfortunately in a fake world we can't really benefit from. We just got to get the information out there. No cause of death, but she was 92. There's going to be things that I miss here. That's my decode. We probably went pushing 30 minutes, in between 20, 25, 30 as usual. That's jam packed compared to other decodes. I'm not an entertainer though, remember that. So you're going to get entertained by others who are pushed. I'm not here to entertain. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not going to get pushed because I'm not controlled. I'm going to give it to you raw, no ditty. That's as entertaining as I get. Duchess of Kent, known for devotion to music and consoling Wimbledon losers, dies at 92. I mean, how did that? I do want to, before I go, I do want to know how that tennis player died, though, with that 49-94 connection. So here's how did she die? Cancer. And remember, cancer equals 44. Ovarian cancer. Number 2 in women's singles, ranked in 97. You see that? Cancer has that 44 again that connects to the NFL, Jay-Z, Beyonce, even that hockey player, Ken Dryden, or whatever the hell his name is. He died of cancer, if I remember correctly. That's how busy I am. You know what I'm saying? That's how busy I am. And that was just on the fly earlier. So again, compare this to other sellout decoders out there and compare the information. I agree that those sellout decoders may be more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? They may have all this high technology, you know, going lives with the HD and a bunch of bots in the lives. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of subscribers. Compare the information with a presentation that I have and look at all the information on the fly that we landed. And, and with compare that with them, as they have good information. They're probably even smarter than me, but can compare the connections and the decodes, presentation, and there's just as much on the fly, pretty much, with the connections. Okay, they may talk about religion and the church and all of this stuff that we don't understand. Shout out to them for that. But anyways, that is another rant by me. I think I deserve it. Until next time, okay? Peace.